Good morning, class. Today we're starting the topic of carbon and its compounds. As you can see, carbon forms millions of
Chapter 4. Carbon and its compounds. 1-mark questions. 1. What is the atomic number of carbon? Answer. The atomic number of carbon is 6. 2. How many valence electrons does a carbon atom have? Answer. A carbon atom has 4 valence electrons. 3. Which type of chemical bond is formed by the sharing of electrons between two atoms? Answer. This is known as a covalent bond. 4. Why are carbon compounds generally poor conductors of electricity? Answer. They are poor conductors because their bonding does not give rise to any ions. 5. What is the percentage of carbon present in the Earth's crust in the form of minerals? Answer. The Earth's crust contains 0.02% carbon. 6. Name the simplest compound formed by carbon. Answer. The simplest compound is methane, CH4. 7. Define the property of catenation. Answer. Catenation is the unique ability of carbon to form bonds with other atoms of carbon, creating large molecules. 8. What are saturated carbon compounds? Answer. These are compounds where the carbon atoms are linked by only single bonds. 9. Which type of bond is present between carbon atoms in unsaturated compounds? Answer. Unsaturated compounds contain double or triple bonds. 10. Name the hardest natural substance known, which is an allotrope of carbon. Answer. The hardest natural substance is diamond. 11. Which allotrope of carbon is a good conductor of electricity? Answer. Graphite is an allotrope of carbon that conducts electricity well. 12. What is the shape of the carbon atoms in Buckminster fullerene? Answer. The atoms are arranged in the shape of a football. 13. Give the molecular formula for ethane. Answer. The formula for ethane is C2H6. 14. Define structural isomers. Answer. Structural isomers are compounds with identical molecular formulas but different structures. 15. What is the molecular formula of benzene? Answer. The molecular formula is C6H6. 16. In a hydrocarbon chain, what is an atom other than carbon and hydrogen called when it replaces hydrogen? Answer. It is referred to as a heteroatom. 17. What is a functional group in a carbon compound? Answer. A functional group is an atom or group of atoms that confers specific properties to a compound, regardless of the length of the carbon chain. 18. Name the functional group represented by the formula, O. Answer. This formula represents an alcohol. 19. What is the suffix used for naming ketones? Answer. The suffix used is 1. 20. Define a homologous series. Answer. A homologous series is a series of compounds where the same functional group substitutes for hydrogen in a carbon chain. 21. By which unit do the formulae of successive compounds in a homologous series differ? Answer. They differ by a CH2 unit. 22. What is the difference in molecular mass between two successive members of a homologous series? Answer. The difference in molecular mass is 14 U. 23. Write the general formula for alkenes. Answer. The general formula is CnH2n. 24. Which gas is released along with heat and light during the combustion of methane? Answer. Carbon dioxide, CO2, is released. 25. Name one oxidizing agent used to convert alcohols to carboxylic acids. Answer. Alkaline potassium permanganate, or acidified potassium dichromate, can be used. 26. What are catalysts? Answer. Catalysts are substances that cause a reaction to proceed at a different rate without being affected themselves. 27. Which catalyst is commonly used in the hydrogenation of vegetable oils? Answer. Nickel, or palladium, is commonly used. 28. Why is the reaction between methane and chlorine in sunlight called a substitution reaction? Answer. It is called substitution because chlorine replaces the hydrogen atoms one by one. 29. What is the active ingredient of all alcoholic drinks? Answer. The active ingredient is ethanol. 30. What is absolute alcohol? Answer. Absolute alcohol refers to pure ethanol. 31. Name the gas evolved when ethanol reacts with sodium. Answer. The gas evolved is hydrogen, H2. 32. Which substance acts as a dehydrating agent when ethanol is heated to form ethene? Answer. Hot concentrated sulfuric acid acts as the dehydrating agent. 33. What is vinegar? Answer. Vinegar is a 5 to 8% solution of ethanoic acid in water. 34. Why is pure ethanoic acid called glacial acetic acid? Answer. It is called this because it often freezes during winter in cold climates. 35. What is the smell characteristic of esters? Answer. Esters have a sweet, fruity smell. 36. What are the chemical components of a soap molecule? Answer. A soap molecule consists of sodium or potassium salts of long-chain carboxylic acids. 37. Define the hydrophilic end of a soap molecule. Answer. The hydrophilic end is the ionic end that interacts with water. 38. What is a micelle? Answer. A micelle is a cluster of soap molecules where the hydrophobic tails are in the interior and the ionic ends are on the surface. 39. Why does soap form scum in hard water? Answer. Soap forms scum because it reacts with calcium and magnesium salts present in hard water. 40. Why are detergents more effective than soaps in hard water? Answer. Detergents are more effective because their charged ends do not form insoluble precipitates with calcium and magnesium ions.